Bill, if you could record your presentation, that'd be
yeah, Sase.
it would be appreciated. Oh, thank you. Okay, so when and if you're ready, you may do your presentation.
Oh, Sase. Okay, a little bit early. Momento.
Yeah, Fernando.
Agora, dança. Bill stigason. Opatagod so ano gud sanida. Agos kana sa stigin ni wigan migots. Kus kana magyu uman ni dot ne hioks kana magyu adesit ni kitix kana matiga muk kagana attack. Utius kana ga sa stigin. Gua nantone pix kana magan. Natiti news app nanto news app paski. Gua minas uskina magan as sinido uskana ga sa stigi kitix kana matiga muk migots. Masters and Utsiga man gigats ni sitan nota nipig anots. Igual midi tinanas common Belinda pisa meno ti notes agisigak to be pics kana psis nista. Tandu ti base pics kana kanima na minutes do. Skinamat na pitaramix ya nagos pitu taman gigoya. Kiwas the other month man. Gonna ask como se me neximan to na ask como off match Reynolds pagita tamon. Go ga gidagi uta go da gisiga midet nida. Ast ni wago magana. Go ga gidast the sit no go to skik. Hi, I'm Bill Cook from South End Reindeer Lake. Saskatchewan, northern Saskatchewan. I'm a Rock Cree. My people are Rock Cree. I'm a TH dialect, Woodland TH. I'm fluent in my language. I'm a Cree instructor, a sessional instructor at the First Nations University. I live in Regina right now. That's where I work. I've been there for, I always forget, I think over 10 years for sure. And I've been teaching the Cree language for over 14 years, maybe 14 years. What else did I say? I'm trying to remember. Always tough to translate something that just flows so easily out of my mouth. I gotta interpret that into English. I'll get the gist of it, I guess. Important stuff, anyways. I was just thanking Belinda for inviting me here today, and I'm not sure how long you guys have for me to chat away. Like, how long do you figure? Like, just talk.
I will go like this.
You'll go like this, all right? Well, hopefully I don't cut off the important stuff. It's all important. Indigenous languages are very important, so I'm going to talk about that and all the different things we do. So today, danse everybody. Hello, everybody. Good to see some faces, and looks like some people have bad hair days, so they don't use the camera. No, that's what I say to my students. I always joke with them. You don't have to use the camera. I just like bugging people. All right.
Bill,
Humor is good. Yeah.
is the meeting, this is the webinar?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's starting now?
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
So this is a combination of our AGM and a presentation by our guest speaker. And we began our AGM at the equivalent of 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Alberta, Saskatchewan, 12 noon Manitoba, and 1 p.m. in Ontario and East. So we've now moved to the guest speaker, just as a point of clarification.
Yes, thank you for that.
Sorry for the introduction, or for the interruption.
All right, so yeah, maybe a couple of people I know texted me that they were going to join at noon, which was I was thinking. So hopefully we can share this. Well, I guess we can share the recording for them somehow. Now where was I? I was talking about The time. No. Okay. Well, welcome. Yeah. Wow. That's what I was going to say. I was going to share. I don't know how much time I have, but I got a little some stuff I put together, and I was trying to figure out what to talk about. And there's always so much to talk about. So I guess I'll just start sharing my screen and just start talking. And maybe we leave the questions to the end until I'm done. And or else maybe ask some of these questions in the chat, and then Belinda, I think you can take care of that. Yeah, no, Juananto. Uh-huh. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. So like I said, I was trying to figure out what to talk about. So I kind of put something together over here. If you guys can see that. I'm not gonna share the full screen just so I can see the slides on the side as well too. So these are just different things. Language-wise, the Cree group, and there's of course Nahiwak Language Experience Inc. and it's just the logo right here, and the Cree class, and these are just things that I'm involved in with the Cree language currently. So I just put that together, and then another thing too. I just wanted to put this out there, and that's what I was when I introduced myself. These are the things I was thankful for. I think we need to do that on a daily basis, just to be thankful for life, to be able to see another day, and thankful for everything around us that gives us life. And we always learn from yesterday, and we live for today, and we hope for tomorrow, right? So I'm grateful for that stuff day by day. Who I am, or who am I? We know Manila. I had mentioned this is all the information, who I am. I teach, I've taught Cree language. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I think I'm going to get right in there. I'm a sessional instructor. I'm currently working on a thesis, completing my writing right now. And if you decide if you want to follow me on Twitter, I also put that on there. I do share some stuff from NLE. When I say NLE throughout the presentation, it's Nahiwak Language Experience, and that's Belinda's baby. And I'm so happy to be working with Belinda on projects and different projects. She's a great boss, great person, great learner, and great educator. And so I really appreciate you, Belinda. And ask him within. And I like how she allows me to do to be me. I guess to be me, and to be I have passion for the language, and it feels good to be allowed to do things with the language, and to share that, and to have somebody that believes in you to do that sort of stuff. So I'm grateful for that. So I started out, I guess just a brief, if you don't mind me doing that. I'll try to fly fast over here just because of just in case I get the whole cut off thing here. I wanted to share this. I'm not sure who said it. That's the only thing. My late brother, my late adopted brother, we adopted each other years ago. Darren Okamesum Kagitit. He used to say this, and he remembered who it was, and I never got the name of the person that said that, because I'm a TH dialect. When I first moved to Regina to pursue my undergrad, I didn't know they offered Cree there. So I just went straight ahead. I spoke Cree. That's my first language. I went straight to the office, student services, and this is where I met my brother at the very first time. And this is where I met my wife, actually, too, in the same time. I had wanted to get involved in the language, and I said I speak Cree, and so just from that day I just went on, just started talking, and I just felt different. I guess I felt different because of the dialect, and I think that's the thing where back in the day where we were kind of struggling with dialects, like one has more over the other and stuff like that. I don't know if anybody else experienced that, but it's one thing that one lady, the old lady, had said. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. there's just different ways. And if you start thinking that way, I believe that you would be really successful, and you'd be, if you just open your mind to knowing that there's differences, and that your way is not the right way, but there's just accepting that there's different ways. um, I think that's how we got along with me and Darren. We used to just make fun of each other when we talked to each other, and just how we said things. And now we're just, we just understood each other, no matter how fast or how machine gun Cree we talked. And it just you just learn, we just adapt with each other, and it just fit perfectly. And we just learned so much off each other, and all other dialects as well too. So and other indigenous languages as well too. So there's just so many. There's people doing stuff out there in the indigenous languages, and I do believe that if we can work together, that we can share. Why reinvent the wheel when it's there, and we can just maybe translate the material that already exists, and we can be more. We can be stronger, definitely, if we do that. If we work together. And I'm going to talk about my canoe analogy here, my metaphor that Belinda loves. I wanted to, I'll just fly by all this stuff. The coolness of the language is knowing the language. Cool. Choice and opportunity. I put this slide on there just to get you guys a little bit more, and a little bit some interaction with you guys. I wrote this, I did a presentation at the university years ago when I was teaching elementary. One thing I found out is I taught kindergarten to grade 12. When I started kindergarten to grade 2, I'll say, this is where I started realizing kids are learning the language. Kids are learning the language from the teacher. So that's just the traditional way of doing it. Guy in the front, chalkboard, whatever, whiteboard, teaching kids, like, oh, he's the teacher, we got to listen, we got to learn this stuff. After grade 3, I started realizing that it was a choice. I started being approached by students saying, why do I have to learn this? I'm not even Cree. My mom says that I don't have to learn this. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. So it changed my whole view of, okay, well, what do I do? All right. So the ones that really wanted to learn had that choice. They chose. I always used to send home with the students to their parents or guardians, their grandparents, to try to get that interaction between the student and the home base. And that was, some of them continued that. They really wanted to learn, wanted to be fluent. And then the ones that, some of them just didn't want to do it. So that's why I wrote the word cool. And I was asking myself this question, like, how do I make it cool? How do I make it this trendy? How can I make indigenous language, or what I'm doing, cool? How do I, like, kids gravitate to trendy. Kids gravitate to things that are in right now, and that's still a question to this day. Like, I have ideas how to do that and stuff like that. But I think a lot of people think it's going to be here forever, which is, like my generation, we have lots of speakers, but the generation below me, there's not that many speakers. So, there's the nature of life cycle that we pass away. We live, we die. That's reality. And what do we do? What do we do with our languages? And I'll talk about all the good stuff we're doing too. There's a happy ending or happy continuation. I don't want to say ending, because it's just I feel that we're very infant, I think, in compared to other language groups in the world, to what we're doing, and I think we're growing. I can see that though. So I think just some things that I do online, like I've been teaching online for a few years now. I used to do on Facebook. We used to offer free Cree online on Facebook. There's a couple guys from Ontario that did Ojibwe, so they were trying to find a Cree person, and they got a hold of me through a friend mutual friend, and I tried it out and I just loved it. So since then, I just fell in love with online technology. It was like technology and language. That's what I got to do. That's something I'm gonna do. So offer that for a few years and got busy with life and all that. And so I'm just back doing it. And just it just keeps improving and improving everything I'm doing and learning and sharing. It's just a it's just like we just had a meeting the other day with a couple of friends, um, and I was just talking about how how one of the choices I made to go back to university was, and even doing technology stuff, is I can be down in the valley. I'm going to use the valley just because there's valleys around here. I could be down in the valley and yelling out. Only a few people would hear me. But if I went up the hill, I can yell out the same stuff and a lot more people can hear me. I love using metaphors. It's the easiest way for me to explain things. See, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now with technology and the university. You know, it's just up there where I can reach out to more people and more people can hear. And the ones that are out there, and that are interested, you know, of course, they'll just come. So I asked this question: how do we make it uh, this trendy? So I have a question for you guys. Do you guys have your devices? You guys have a phone? Bring out your phone. These are some things I do on when I teach online. So whatever, all the activities we're doing here today, you can utilize as well too if you're going to use technology to teach. And I've experimented so many different things, so many different software, and you know, I'm not trained in technology. I just love it and I learn it, and yeah, so I just have a good time doing all that stuff. So write this down somewhere where it says go to menti.com. So open a Safari or Chrome or Firefox, whatever browser you use. I go write down menti.com. So what'll pop up is this guy. So this guy will pop up.
How do you spell menti? How do you spell menti?
MENTI.com. If you see it right here on the screen.
Menti, okay.
Right, and then type in 62, sorry, Nigutoasik ni so te pagup Nigutoasik nisto. Magigoy. All right. Well, I was going to ask the question, but there you go. You already got some answers going on. See, this word cloud is really good for us too. We can use this on our website, and I can share on Twitter. The word clouds are nice little tools. They're fun. So I'm asking you guys this question, if you guys can help me out. Maybe even from this, collecting this information, that's something I could tell the kids, right? If they ask, why do I have to learn my language? Why do I have to learn that? Why do I have to learn this and that? So the word wall is, you're allowed to put 3 entries. In one word, why is it important to know your indigenous language? I don't know what else to ask. I think that's a good question. So I think if you guys can, you know, put something together. There you go. These are good little tools. If you guys ever want to use Mentimeter, you just need a projector or you need a screen of some sort. Sometimes you don't even have to. You just got to present a question, and it's good discussion starters in your class as well too. So there's different options. This one's a word wall, a word cloud. There's other questions where just different longer answers will come up, and it's a good way to start discussion in your class. So that would take up a good, and it gets your participants, your learners involved. You know, their words matter. So it's really good to put that on there. And then, you know, see what's happening here is you guys are punching in community a few times. So a few people are punching in that, or typing it in. So that one gets bigger and bigger. So the more the word repeats itself, the bigger it gets in the word cloud. It's a nice little tool, and it looks nice too. And you can put that into, into Twitter. I think I'm going to share this on Twitter if I'm allowed to. Would you guys allow me to do that? I think all these different, words are good conversation to start with a person that asks you that as well too. Like, why do I need to learn this? yeah, as an educator, as a person that's starting to teach, it was, it's always just tough to answer that question. All right, so I think we only got 10 participants, so that's fine. If you want to continue to keep adding on there, go ahead, keep adding on there. I'll just go back over here. So this is good. This is good. This is kind of, during my talk, I'm also demonstrating a few tools that I teach with. You might be able to use them, you might not, but at the same time, I'm just sharing what I can share. All right, I can only share what I know, and I don't know everything. Just like just like when I started teaching, I was so afraid standing in front of the teachers, because I always thought the teacher just knew everything. That's the person. But the reality is, we don't. As educators, we learn so much from the learners, and I think even just just to share what we know is the main thing. And I think if we share that, then your participants also are involved in discussion as well too, and then they're because they're so different, and like even protocols are different, cultures are different. Yeah, it's just good to learn from people. I love watching other teachers too, because I learn off them as well too. All right, so we got lots of great answers there, guys. I'm gonna look at those. Keep answering those if you can. I want to share those at Twitter. Is that okay if I do that? Yeah. Good. This is good. This is good. Anyways, good for people that are wanting. So, all right. So we're gonna do another activity here, and then I'll talk about my project, and then I'll talk about NLE and all the different things, fantastic things we're doing. So I probably got a few more minutes here, if you don't mind. We'll just make this quick. I don't want to spend the whole time playing games here, but these are all good activities. You feel part of it, and that's what I like to do. Like for me, how I try to make it cool is I play games. I love games. I love games. I remember when I started doing games, just because that's how I learned my language, is I went out with my cousins and we played games, and we learned, and we went fishing and hunting, and we learned. We did stuff. We did real things and learned. We didn't spend our time on a chalkboard and writing, so I try to use as much oral and verbal and fun stuff to do. And one of the reasons why I like playing games too, like sometimes you think you're not even learning, but you are. You know, I think a couple of people, or I've overheard people saying, "Oh, all he does is play games." It's like, no. You know what? We're learning. We're learning doing this, and it's fun. And I know for a fact, since I've been doing games or different little activities like this, I've never met anyone that likes to lose. So with my games, they have to pronounce the word correctly, and it takes practice in order for them to win. So there's also, you learn you learn how to do it right. And I just never give answers if you say something way off, I guess. So that's one of the reasons why I like. So one of the other tools that I use, this is something you have to pay for. It is a free tool. It's Quizlet. A lot of students use this at the university level. Actually, that's kind of where I heard about it. It's called Quizlet. You can create your own account. What I ended up doing is I created my own account. I started making flashcards to study with for my students. And if you want to upgrade, then you have to pay for the Quizlet account. Then you can add your own audio file. So, for example, I think somebody needs to mute. All right. So, see, one of the things that I do, see, it's asking me to upgrade. No, I'm not going to. So, one of the things I do is I add my own audio to this stuff. So, I'm going to turn it up. Where's the volume? Okay. Where's the volume? All right, here. Okay, obviously I haven't used this for a while. Okay, I'll just click the flashcard. There it is. All right, so a lot of times, I get people just, go to your options, turn on your audio, start with the term, sure, and then go, and then just play it. Begin start. So that's just the computer talking, and then you click. That's it. So this is my voice over here. So people can actually just play this.
Begin start.
And then you just kind of like play with it. You
You have
guess.
the ability to do well.
And this is a good way to practice if you have headphones and
Only alone.
you just play along with it while you're driving or repeat after the words and so on. So this is a good way to get audio out there for your people that are wanting to learn, and it's good for you as a learner too. So if you guys are ever interested in going to these Quizlets, I have a bunch here, and I just made them available to anyone that has the just search Rock Cree and you'll find a bunch. There's some Y dialect, some TH dialects in there too that I use for my students. So this is just a way for me to transfer audio files for them to hear to practice with, especially the stuff that we do in the course, in the courses that I do. So that's a little tool that's really fun to do, and you can create anything. You can use pictures. You can use written. So I have a series of them here, different kinds. What else did I have here? Oh, Kahoot. Another one was this guy right here. So Kahoot is another little tool that you guys can have fun with when you're teaching. Kahoot is also free. You can create it as an educator. You can just create an account. And Kahoot is like, if you ever gone to this Galaxy Cinemas, you play that game before, it's a multiple choice game before a movie starts. It's called Time Play. It's the same idea, but this one is just a little bit more with education. So I'll just kind of show you how it goes. This one is a speed. This one's for kindergarten. So for example, you would just ask a question right here. Awinawa. And there's a picture of Sisip. So they would have to answer that. Do we have time to do a quick game, Belinda, or no? You know what? What the heck? Let's just do it, because we're not even supposed to start till 12 anyways, right? I planned my day till 1. All right, so, okay, hey, why don't you guys go to, I'm going to go to the chat box here. I'm going to give you, where's the chat? Everybody go to this address right here. All right, so I'm going to type it in. Don't click on the where it says kahoot.it. Don't click on it. Just open, just like you did with the Mentimeter. Open a browser and type in on the search kahoot.it. Yeah, you guys do that right now. So that's just something that, you know, a lot of teachers, when I was taking ed tech, a lot of teachers do the BYOD, like bring your own device in classes. So you can blend this technology in your face-to-face classrooms too. So it's really fun to do. This is a really fun activity for, you know, you can put your own questions in there. You can put your own, you can even put math or science questions in there. And there's millions and millions of Kahoots out there. Like when I first started this about eight years ago or whatever it was, 10 years ago, I don't remember when it was a while ago anyways. There was only like 10 million. Now there's more than like 30 some million now Kahoots. So a lot of people are using this tool. So are you guys there? Yeah, Kahoot is an amazing tool, I think. I like how it kind of reminds you, okay, I need to study this stuff, or else, oh, I know lots, so I don't know lots. So it's just a good reminder to people as well, too. Okay, what's going on here? I don't know what that is. All right, so you guys in there? All right, so it's probably asking you for a pin. So I'm gonna go over here. Where's the Kahoot? Right here. Let's try this one. I'm gonna go back to my Kahoots. Let's just try a fast one over here, and I can just cut it off for now, just to do a few questions, just so you can have an idea of where. And I want to see how your knowledge of Cree is, if you guys know a little bit of Cree. Let's do this one right here. This one's animate nouns. Let's see what you guys know for animate. Let's play.
Oh, sir. No. Oh.
All right, so let's just try a little quick one over here.
Got it.
All right, so your game pin is 2782189. So punch that in. We'll just try a few questions, 2 or 3 questions or something like that, just to kind of see. And if you've done this before, then you know what to do. If you haven't, then see what you think. And this one's for kindergarten, so it only has 2 options. So it's a 50-50. And you can make them as complex as you want. You can, you have up to 4 multiple choices that you can make on this. And you can ask long questions. You can even show a video. You can even show just a picture, or you just play around with it. It's a good little tool if you have the technology to do it, for sure. Like the school I was teaching at, they all had iPads, so we kind of took turns on the iPads. So every time we'd have them, and we'd have. Actually, what I ended up doing with this Kahoot is I put it into like the elementary. I had a big tournament in the gym, and it was a school-wide tournament. So we had the big screen, we had the big sound system, and we had a competition of Kahoot. And I organized all this, and I promoted it, and I had families come and watch, and it was just a big thing. I just made a big thing out of it because I enjoy this, and I enjoy the kids having fun with it. And we had prizes, so we had some of the band office donated some prizes, and the store donated some prizes, and the school donated some prizes. So it was really a fun activity for all of us to do. And you don't have to make it that big, but I did. Okay, I think we have enough people. If you are still trying to log in, you see this number. It'll pop up in the bottom left over here as well too, so you can just log back in. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's just do a quick one here. Awinawa. Who's this? All right, it's just 50-50, guys. So is it Masqua? Muswa. See, the only thing that does not have on this one is it doesn't have audio. So you have to kind of say the words. All right, so we only have 2 people answering, and I had like over 10 people register or sign up. All right, so this is really quick. It's 5 seconds. I call it speed. So you can actually set the time here. So this is a speed run. This is something we've done, like if we've practiced the words already for a few months. So I think I picked a real fast one here. Sorry about that. So you got to be quick. Wait now. And remember, there's going to be 2 or 3 different ways of saying Cree words. In this case, it's Agask. Yep. Awinawa.
Awinawa. Oh, yum, yum.
Agwesigan.
Agwesigan.
And it also, it times how fast you click it too. So when you do it faster than the other, you get more points. Duan.
Bill,
Yeah.
on my screen, it just shows a really big, like I don't see the letters. I just see
I
the
see.
arrow and the other one.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
see.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's just maybe sometimes it's just depending on the your phone, maybe the settings, possibly.
I think you have to download the app, Bill.
Oh,
It doesn't
Okay.
work on the Chrome.
oh
On
that's why.
Chrome, all right. Safari, maybe.
Or,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's possibly the browser for sure.
It's
Okay,
working
let's
for
do-
me, but I have 2 different screens open.
All right, let's do 2 more. All right, so these are just technical things that you'll have to work out and figure out and stuff like that. I've never really had a problem with this one, but if you are, then it's probably the browser. That's my guess, or maybe some settings on the phone. All right, last one. Actually, there's 4 more. Let's just do it. Let's see who wins. Awinawa.
Oh.
Be quick. Amu.
Move.
All right, might as well finish it. And stop gap. There's only 3 minutes. Pieces, pieces, isip. Pieces. Oh, now. Not pieces. Ooh, on fire. How do you pronounce that? Pollock? Pollock? Who's this guy?
Hostess.
Us.
Okay.
That's milk. Last one.
And now,
Oh, now.
oh, you know,
Man, you guys are quick. You guys are just getting better every time.
Still.
All right, we're done the kindergarten speed round. Palak, Paluk, not sure. Third place, Jordan. Ahead. Egwa. Otegit. Andy, Pete. Aha. Midwasan. Hi. That's what then we got Wabooz and Alan, runner up. All right, so I'm just gonna stop this guy. All right, just something to do, right? It's just some little activity that I like doing, and of course, Mentimeter is a good way to start discussions. Google Docs, Google Slides, Google. So when I use blog posts, sometimes I get my students. I ask a question or watch a video, and they can post about it. So they get they learn a lot of technology in my courses because I use a lot of technology, and I get them to learn that stuff. And Google Slides is actually good. You see, I do this project where I introduce myself and my family, what I do, what I love to do, who my family is, and then we learn kinship terminology with this. And this is my son, our other son, our daughter, and so on. I'm just flying by all this stuff. I just feel like I'm rushing, but there's so much I want to talk about. All right, so this is just different ideas. And I wanted to share with you guys as educators and as people that are passionate about the language. So these are just some tools that I use. And I'm going to jump into what I'm doing currently. Okay, somebody want to mute themselves? I think you want to check, make a noise, or I don't know. Either you're on a horse, riding a horse, or I don't know what you're doing. Anyways, jump off that horse. All right, so anyways, I have this question. So throughout the years I've been teaching the basics, Cree 100, Cree 101. Whoever's doing that, Belinda, can you mute that person? Sorry, it's a little bit distracting on here. We have somebody riding a horse there. All right.
Okay.
So, okay. So, my work, my thesis, my study, my research currently, and the stuff that I do right now is this. I wanted to show you this video. It's a couple of minutes. See, the question I've had is I've had the question of where do I go next? All right, if I want to be fluent. And a lot of students that take the courses that I have been, people that are moving to reserve, or else people that are trying to find their language and learning, who they are again, and so on. And then there's quite a few of them that want to be fluent as well too. So I've always told them, well, you got to move to a reserve. You got to move to a place where they speak the language. You got to immerse yourself in that. Like apps and books are good starters, but you need real people. You need real people to do this, to be fluent and to practice. And that's the one thing I recommend. So through my grad studies, somebody posted a video of a program's what is that, language exchange program that they have in Brazil. It's they speak Portuguese over there, and they're English language learners. What they do is they connected those English language learners with retirement homes in the US, and they have video chat conversation. That really made my eyes open up. I was like, that's what I got to do. Other people are doing this. I got to do that with our language. So this is where my passion kind of came in, and I said, okay, I got to do this. So I did this for my project. So I'm going to show you the video now. I'm going to go over here, and this is just something I did. I went home for a few weeks, 4-week study, and I connected. This are all my family members. So ni mama and papa, my mom and dad, everyone dance, we're all part of this. So I had the Cree language learners. So my project was connecting distant Cree language learners with Cree language speakers. Because a lot of times, a lot of these students don't want to move to the reserve or don't have that opportunity. And then there's quite a few students that I met online too that have been adopted and are in different countries, some in the US and all over, and they're trying to find and learn how to speak the language. You don't get the physical experience, of course, but you get an experience where you can practice with somebody. And we'll talk about the things we're doing too. I think you guys will like what we, NLE and myself are doing, and all of our speakers and our NLE team are doing this stuff currently. So anyways, this is my way of trying to connect these people. So I'll just show you the video. This is hours of footage. I just try to put it into 2.5.
Hello, Nancy. Nancy, I'd like to learn how to make bannock.
Mm-hmm. So you want to learn how to make bannock?
Yes, sir. That right.
If you want, Pinapito. Kaya means manso.
Manso.
Manso, yeah. Manso, raised. Raised. You hear me?
Yeah.
One also.
New.
Yeah, new dragons. Cups. 4 cups. What bannock? Oh, there. Oh, there. Nice. Nice and fluffy. Fluffy. Take a picture.
Hey, right on. Thank you.
I understand.
Yeah. Kinstoten
Lenstoten.
and Kinstoten. You understand?
Lenstoten. Yeah, Nenstoten. Nenstoten. Kinstoten.
Kinstoten.
Kinstoten. Nenstoten.
Kinstoten.
Yeah.
Nemedoyan.
Nimedoyan. Good. Dope. Nimedoyan. I'm good. Kita mana?
Piegon.
Yeah, we're the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Nigi Pemutan.
Ni do tips kanse, George. ¿Cómo estás?
It was nice talking to you. It was it.
¿Cómo estás?
All right, so that was a that was a project that's currently what I'm writing about right now, and yeah, so it was hours and hours of footage. I just put it into there, and yeah, they came up with so much vocabulary, and yeah, I mean, I'll share my work, and you guys can read about that when the time comes. So currently we're doing that, thanks to, because I was starting this. I've always wanted to do this, have a Cree group where we can practice. So give the opportunity to the learner to find a place to practice. So we started at the First Nations University. We had a couple starts, and then COVID came around. So Belinda, and Belinda had suggested, let's do it online. And this, so she was a big support of this, and starting it online. So we put it on Facebook, and we just kind of started. And this is the people that are in the group right now. And then we have some good laughs. And actually, I just posted a page on I'll go through the little tour of the stuff that we're doing. And then I just wrote building community, and it was good that you guys used the word community in the Mentimeter today, and that's perfect. That's what we're doing. And then so here I'm going to go back to the teamwork, and support is key, and I mean that. If you find somebody that's wanting to learn, give them the support. Just say, okay, yeah, don't judge people, don't laugh at people, just let them do what they do and do what you can. So and NLE is supportive of this project that I'm doing, and it's reality. It's happening right now, and I thank the learners. I thank the speakers that joined the group, and I want to go into the canoe, but I don't. I guess I can. I always just tell. I always go on and on with the canoe. It's just a metaphor that I use. Like I always have a goal in language. I have an island way over somewhere yonder. I can't see it. I don't know what's there, but it's something great. So I always jump in this canoe, and I've been meeting people that jump in my canoe, or my goal. I guess we'll just make that a goal, that island, and I've had people jump out too, and I had people try to canoe this way and that way to that island. They want to see this, they want to see that, but it's just never. It's just takes so long to get there when you have people in the same boat trying to canoe in different directions. So what's been happening throughout the few years that I've met Belinda and NLE team is that we've had the same canoe and same goal, and we're just moving fast. Man, we're going the same direction, and we don't know what's over there, but it's something great. So that's my canoe analogy is, we're all in the same canoe, and we need more people in this boat, big boat. We need a bigger boat even. And I always say learning language is like a musical journey. I say that I'm a musician as well. So I use that when I teach. I always teach people, I always tell them that, okay, just pretend, because I think you can relate to music. I'm giving everybody a guitar. My job as a language teacher is I'm just teaching you this is a guitar, right? Hence the language kind of thing, just metaphorically. These are the chords, all right? Sentence structure, whatever it is. And this is what you strum with. These are 3 chords. I'll show you the basic chords, and then you can write a song. Now, the rest is on your own. You can't just finish a class with me and just drop the guitar and say, okay, I know guitar now. Not true. You know a little bit. If you want to get better at it, that's why I go back to choice and opportunity, right? Choice. It's your choice to learn if you want to learn. So I always tell people it's like music, an instrument. You got to practice. You got to meet other musicians. You got to start jamming. You got to start a band. You got to do an album. You got to do this. With all that, if you put all those together and create, you can start creating your own music. That's why I call it a musical journey. So you can, beautiful music too, and stuff that you can write from the heart and share with people, share with anyone. So I like that metaphor just because it's true to me. I believe in it. I do believe that's how it works. All right, so the stuff that we're doing, I wanted to show you, give you a little tour, and I think this is the last piece of my presentation, is NLE. So I do some tech work for NLE, so there's a couple of things that I wanted to share with you guys. First of all, we need more people here. So if you go to nehioa.org, you'll find all the different things that are happening currently. And one of the things that is happening is I think I want to we have a talent show in this Zoom room that we're in right now. We want people, just read this, fill up your information. There's cash prizes. So now I'm plugging NLE, and that's fine because we're all in this canoe, and we're all in a journey to try to maintain and preserve and revitalize our languages, and this is just our way of doing that as well too, in a fun way. And if you write a poem in Cree or sing a song in Cree and look if you can win prizes, all you have to do is put your name. It's free. Pick a category. You don't have to tell us what you're doing, but this would be good for us if you do. And you got 50 days to practice from today, so I think it'd be good. We're just doing a live show online, so we need more people. And we've shared this on Twitter. If you guys can share it and get more people out there and come and join us. And it's just a good time. All right, it's just a good time to promote language. And also, currently, right now, Dorothy Thunder, one of our fluent speakers from NLE and from Alberta, is currently doing a mini workshop. So these are things we've done as well too. We've gone online. We usually do them physical, face to face, and we've done a few already. Randy did one, Belinda did one. So these are things we do in Saskatoon and Regina. I do the Regina ones, but Dorothy right now is currently just started one this week. So for the 5 days, and then there'll be more. In the future. So just keep checking on here what's going on. This one we've already sold out, and this is usually a camp that happens outside. We had to move online, and we had to discuss on how we're going to deliver this. And we got a couple meetings yet ahead of us to fine tune different things and make sure the technology works for everybody. And we got 40 people that have filled the spots already, and these are our instructors. So we got some great knowledge people, language people here, and it'll be a good time. And I promise you'll have a good time with this. And just recently, I just finished this one. This is what we're doing right now. We do it through Tuesdays, every Tuesdays. So this is where the work that I'm doing is becoming a reality. You know, we're connecting distant people, learners, and with language speakers. And you know, we kind of jump here and there. Whoever has time comes and joins, comes and helps out. So this is a place where you can go. What it is, and this is the picture that I'm using just for, you know, the Brady Bunch over here. These are all just laughing. We're having a good time, and all levels are welcome. So beginner all the way to advanced or fluent. It's just kind of like, it's a place to practice. It's not a class. All right, I had to make that clear over here because some people were wanting to request, can we learn this? Can we learn that? Well, it's a place to practice, right? So let's say, for example, learn a little bit of guitar first, and then come and jam with us. If you know some chords, then come and play those chords. All right. So that's a place to come and do that. It's not a place to learn guitar, but it's a place to practice what you know about the guitar so far. No, so I wrote not a class, but you know, so here's where you can sign up. We used to do a Google form, but I did it this way just for I have one place to do this. So put your name, your email, definitely, so I can send you the link. All right. I don't want to make the link public. I've done that many years already before. This is from experience that I'm doing this, the sharing part of it. And it works. So I want to do it this way and keep it this way. And you don't have to tell us why you want to learn Cree, but it's good. It's optional. And these are just some testimonials that I got from some of our participants. Some good guys, a bunch of good guys. And this is the dates that we do it in Saskatchewan time, 5 o'clock Tuesdays. If you want to just come and listen, then sign up and we'll send you a link and just come and listen. You know, just a way to share the language, and we will continue to do so. All right, I think I'm going to stop sharing. I kind of flew by everything there real fast, but I didn't get this. It's usually the canoe story. I can go on and on and on with it, but you get the idea. Just have a goal. We're moving quite a little bit faster now, just because we got a lot of paddlers on board, and we got a lot more. We got a lot more things to do, guys. So thank you for listening. I guess that's it for me.
Hi. Bill, before you leave, we want to know, can you answer any questions from anyone online?
Yeah, I can answer like right now. Sure.
Yep.
It's Heather speaking, Bill. I just want to thank you so much for all of this. This is wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
Anybody have any questions?
Anybody, no questions? That's fine. Yeah.
You
can ask me where I'm from or whatever.
People from online said that it was wonderful to see. Thank you for sharing. So appreciative. This was inspiring. Thank you. Awesome.
I do have one question, Belinda. It's Heather, and it's for Bill. Bill, can I share this with my instructors for our young women's camp? We're trying to get up to steam, and all the things you walked through today here would be great for them to have a beat on. So
Absolutely.
I'm hoping I can share this.
Absolutely. Everything I have is share. Yeah, it's there. It's if it's gonna help you, yes.
Wonderful.
I have a question too. If you want to, because some people say that they couldn't attend the AGM, and that I told them that we were going to post the video of your presentation on YouTube. You have a YouTube channel, but I'm not sure. I didn't ask you the permission, and I don't know how you're gonna. The record, I think we're gonna have a link. I don't know if you're gonna publish yourself and share the link on our Facebook page or something. How can we work that out?
I would say I'd share it in the website, but I think that's more of a you guys. Like, are you guys okay with it? Because you guys, it's your faces on the public. I'm okay with it.
But how will the record be available?
We can share a link.
Okay, perfect.
If it's okay with everybody, how do we get permission for that? Just.
Okay. But that's just your presentation. I think it's you who has to allow us to do
I'm
it.
good.
I think
I'm
that's
okay.
so complicated, I believe. That's the only.
Okay. Yeah, I can share it. Linda, okay?
Yeah, good. Good with that.
Thank you.
I have a question for Bill.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if you are going to be sharing your PhD work, if we wanted to read some of the stuff you've written already, where would we find it?
So it'd be my grad studied work, master's. You know what? I haven't thought of where I'm gonna share it. Probably.
It's usually online. It's usually.
Oh yeah, it'll be on. Well, I mean, I didn't even share my website as well as creekclass.com. I got some videos there if you guys are ever interested. I didn't even share the videos. There's different projects we do as well.
Great.
So yeah, I'll just share it somewhere.
Good.
I have one quick question. It's Chrissy from iLacrosse. Supporting your elders with technology. So did you provide the cameras, the computers, and just a little bit of knowledge and training in using? Yeah.
Well, yeah, they were my parents, so I went there for that reason, exactly for that reason. It's because just because of they were scared of technology. So I had to go show them how to do it. And after a while, after the first lesson kind of thing, it's like, oh, this is easy stuff. Just clicking this, clicking that. But it is intimidating at first when people, if they don't know what to do. So there is definitely a process where, find somebody that they trust, a family member usually, to train somebody. So I've thought of doing this like reserve. Eventually somebody would have a choice on which dialect and which reserve they want to, but it's just training those people and getting them the right tools to do it. And yes, so it involves a little bit of training at the beginning for sure.
Okay, and I would take it that trust piece is crucial. Like, so you wouldn't, and having that relationship with an elder or a fluent speaker.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, everyone. Bill, I'll get Bill to post his email if anybody has any further extending questions. Kinanaskum din Bill, nitiwagan. Akame mo at Skewen. Hi.
Oh, ecosystem muestas, guys. Thank you for listening. Muestas.
I just want to add, Bill, thank you so much, and I'm so happy to see the connection you've made between city people and people on traditional lands, because people in cities just get forgotten, and it's just beautiful to see the connection. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
No problem, Eric. Oh, thank you.
I can just add something, because I've had the experience in teaching, especially French, to immigrants in Quebec, and to keep the attention. And I had a group of people from that was different. People from different countries and different languages. Most of them were illiterate, and so I had to find out a way of keeping the attention. And I think keeping it fun and try to keep it alive, you know, and not boring was the main my main challenge. And I really like the spirit of what you're doing, because it is so lively, and so I think people are really enjoying it. And I might enroll. I mean, if you have people, if you want people from
Yes. Thank you. Yes, we try to not have if there's dead air, it does happen that way, and you try to change it up as much as you can. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Hi.